Hey fam, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in today's episode, I'm talking about how healthy habits support our wellness journey. Healthy habits is truly the foundation for what I teach people in reference to their health here at Mind, Body, Soul Shift. Healthy habits are the daily building blocks that turn I want to be well into actually living a life of wellness. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to share with you some key ways how healthy habits support our wellness journey and creating consistency and not perfection. This is Master Coach G, and I will see you on the inside. Hey fam, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in today's episode, I am talking about how healthy habits support our wellness journey. Healthy habits really is the foundation to everything that I teach. You know, I talk about the 4 pillars. Those things are habits. And if we do them effectively, we can see results. Healthy habits are daily building blocks that turn wanting to be healthy into actually living well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some key ways on how healthy habits support our wellness journey. They create consistency and not perfection. We gotta get rid of the whole perfection thing and thinking everything has to be perfect. We want to be consistent, not living in a perfect world. We want consistency. Wellness isn't just one big decision. It's hundreds of small ones. You know, like drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, getting some exercise in every day, and what we're eating. Those are small decisions that we make every day. And if we make the correct and the right choices, then we will be able to see how it's not one big decision, because you got the 4 pillars and they're all different. So it's not just one thing. It's lots of things that we make decisions on a daily basis. If we drink water in the morning, take short walks, choose real food over processed food, going to bed at a decent hour, that's what builds the momentum that lasts. And that lasts longer than motivation ever will. Ever. When we build the momentum on the good habits, like, drinking the water, taking the walks, eating the right foods, and, getting our exercise in, that's momentum. We don't need motivation to do those things. We need to build a momentum. Here's what we need to understand, that habits rewire our mind and our body. Okay? Our body actually adapts to whatever it is that we do repeatedly. Whatever it is we do repeatedly, our body will adapt to that. It's like, for instance, all of us have what we call a circadian clock inside of our bodies. It's not like when you turn the time back, you can go in and set it and all that stuff. No, a circadian clock is, it's something that's set, because we do it, like, for me, it's like every morning at 3 a.m. I'm awake. You know why? Because my body has been doing it for so long, and my body has adapted to waking up at 3 a.m. Do I really always like waking up at 3 a.m.? Absolutely not. I'm working on very hard. I'm working on changing that. I'm working on waking up at 4 o'clock versus 3 o'clock. Haven't got it down to a science yet. I'm still working at it. It's a process. So I have not mastered that yet. But here's what we need to understand. When we talk about, the pillars and doing things that our body adapts to on a regular basis, like regular movement strengthens the muscles and the heart. Balanced meals stabilize the blood sugar and our energy level. Mindfulness reduces stress and our hormones. Okay, so over time, your new habits literally reshapes how our body functions. Okay, so if we get enough rest, you're going to see that your body's going to function differently than when you don't get enough rest. If you drink enough water, you're going to see how your body's going to function over when you don't drink enough water. You see how that works? Okay. It also protects our mental and our emotional health as well. Okay, so let me just put a pin right there real quick and speak on this, because, you know, I know how important mental health is. Mental health is very, very important. But here's one thing that I think that we really should understand is that we have an emotional health problem before we have a mental health problem. So what we got to understand is that if we keep our emotions in check, then we can keep our mental in check. Just want to kind of throw that out there. Healthy routines lower our anxiety, it improves our mood, and it increases confidence. So when we keep promises to ourselves, like if you say, I'm going to start a regimen of walking every day. You make a promise to yourself. I vow to myself that I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk every day. Because what you're doing is you're building trust in yourself. And that fuels every other area in your life. It's not just, with the water and the exercise. It's with every area in your life. Okay. And those things actually prevent illnesses. Okay. Good habits like proper sleep, hydration, exercise, stress management. It strengthens your immune system. It reduces the risk of chronic diseases. And wellness becomes a proactive state versus a reactive state. Okay. They align mind, body, soul. And that is the perfect picture of wellness. When mind, body, soul is in alignment, there you have the wellness right there. True wellness isn't just physical. Habits such as praying, journaling, gratitude, or even quiet time to nourish the soul, while movement and nutrition is care for the body, and learning that it is a support system. Okay, so together they create wholeness. And here's the thing, when other people see our habits, it's like people see that I go to the gym 5 days a week. There was a time I had taken a sabbatical and I wasn't posting when I was at the gym. But when I came back off my sabbatical, I started posting, when I get to the gym in the morning, so people will know that, hey, I'm here working out, I'm here getting it in. It becomes that personal habit of mine of going to the gym. It's a testimony for me. People see and they hear me tell my story that I go to the gym 5 days a week, but guess what? My body shows that I go to the gym 5 days a week. It's not just I'm just saying I'm going to the gym 5 days a week. My body is a reflection that I am in the gym 5 days a week. People are always talking about, oh, look at your guns and look at your legs and look at your, yeah. You know why? Because it's a habit. So that's my testimony. So when people see me, they can see that I go to the gym. That's an influence to them. I influence people just from going to the gym. I may not coach them. I may not even talk to them, but I am influencing people to go to the gym or to work out or to walk or to dance or to swim or to cycle, whatever it is that they like to do. Okay. Because it's my testimony, and people not only hear my testimony, but they see my testimony, and that inspires others to want to do something. So when people see your energy and they see your peace and they see your transformation, they become curious, because then they want their own wellness journey. So what we do with our habits can inspire other people, especially people that's in our circle, people that's in our tribe, people that's in our village. It can influence them, and that's really what we want to do, okay? Good, healthy habits transform your wellness journey. It absolutely does. Healthy habits can help on your wellness journey when it comes to your diet, it comes in handy when you talk about getting some physical activity in, drinking enough water, getting enough sleep. We're talking about daily choices, things that can reshape our mind, body, and our soul, okay? A lot of people think that wellness is something that you arrive at. It's a lifestyle, okay? It's not a destination, it's a lifestyle, okay? And, you take it one day at a time, and, you wake up in a peaceful, healthy place with balance, because you want to... You want it to become a lifestyle. Wellness is built. Good habits are built. Healthy habits are built. It's just like when you see them building a house, the first thing they have to do is clear off the land. It's a process, okay? They're clearing off the land. They're pouring the foundation. They're putting up the wood in there to put up the drywall. Then they put on the roof, and then they put the bricks on the house. So it's a process. So wellness is built. It's not something that we just automatically have, but it's building a lifestyle, and that's what we want to do. We want to build a lifestyle with good habits, and it's through building good habits is how we see and how we feel our wellness. That's how it comes from. Like even just drinking an extra glass of water or taking some extra steps. If you say, okay, I'm going to have 8 bottles of water today. Or I'm going to, walk for 30 minutes today. Those things are choices. I'm going to get my rest instead of scrolling on social media. Okay. So every time that we take those moments to do those things, we are improving, our health and our wellness, and we are taking steps to become well so that we can have that lifestyle that we desire. These moments are bricks in the foundation of your future wellness, okay? Good habits turn into I want to feel better. You turn that into I am becoming better. If you want to feel better, then tell yourself I am becoming better, okay? Habits rewire our body, okay? Our body is always paying attention to what we do the most. My body has been paying attention for the last 60 plus years of me getting up at 3 a.m. Well, I maybe not been getting up at 3 a.m. or waking up at 3 a.m. for the last 60 years, but it's been a minute, okay? Because I can remember even my mother telling me, it's like, oh no, you was always up early. You was always the first one up every morning, so it's definitely a habit, okay? So the more often that we move, our heart gets stronger. The more we eat real food, not processed food, but real food, our cells get the nourishment that it needs. When we get the sleep that we need, our hormones reset themselves, okay? And when we have less stress, our nervous system is calm. So over time, our habits literally change how our body functions. Okay, our energy level improves, our digestive system improves, our mental clarity improves. I mean, why wouldn't you want all those things to improve? I was talking to a couple ladies over the weekend. I went to a function, and there was one young lady was 24, and her mom, and they were telling me that colon cancer run in their family, and that both of them, the 24-year-old young lady and her mom, both of them have problems with their digestive system. So you have to work at improving that so that their body function can change. Because what they want to do is they want the healthy habits to become a lifestyle. Okay, habits heal the mind. Healthy habits don't just shape your body, they heal your mindset. And mindset is major. Now I talk about the 4 pillars. But there's actually 6. Okay. And to add to the water, the sleep, the exercise, and the nourishment, we have to add mindset and habits. Mindset and habits are the first 2 things that we have to look at. Okay, because when we keep small promises to ourselves, then we rebuild trust in ourselves. When we set boundaries, we protect our peace and we protect our trust in ourselves. Okay, so when you create routines, anxiety loses its power. So creating routines is important. Creating routines is as important as building healthy habits, okay? Our confidence grows consistently, and that confidence spills over into our relationships. It spills over into our purpose. It spills over into how we show up for ourselves, and it just shows the world, who we really are, okay? So what we need to do is to go from reactive to proactive, okay? But the thing is that most people wait for a diagnosis to care about their health. And see, that is the number one thing that I stress to people. It's like, why do you want to wait to get high blood pressure when we can do something about it before you get high blood pressure? Why don't you want to take care of yourself before you become a diabetic? Why don't you want to take care of yourself before you become obese? We all have the power to flip the script when it comes to good habits. I'm telling you from experience. I flipped the script. I eliminated high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high A1C, diabetes, and obesity. You got to learn how to flip the script. So instead of chasing sicknesses and illnesses, we want to cultivate wellness. Okay? Hydration becomes a prevention. Movement becomes medicine. Rest becomes restoration. Nutrition becomes nourishment and not punishment. I know people say, "Oh, I don't want to be I don't want to be I don't want to be a vegan, or I don't want to become a vegetarian." You don't have to do that. I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian, but I do pay attention to what I eat. Okay, so I know people that love fried chicken. Okay, well, let me give you a quick, simple recipe that you can still have your fried chicken, but it's going to be healthier, okay? And that is, take your chicken, put your flour on it, put your seasoning, your flour, well, not seasoning, salt and pepper, pink Himalayan salt and pepper. That's all I use for my seasoning on my food. I don't use any seasoning, I don't use any of that stuff. It's pink Himalayan salt and pepper. Take your pink Himalayan salt and your pepper, season your chicken, put your flour on it, stick it in the oven. I guarantee you it will be nice and crispy and you will love it. You don't have the saturated fat from frying the chicken, but you still get the taste of good fried chicken, okay? So, and that's the difference between managing your illness and living in wholeness. Because the key about the wellness journey is about wholeness. Mind, body, soul connection. Because you can't separate the 3 of them. They're like the Trinity. You can't separate the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You can't. And you can't separate mind, body, soul. Okay? So we have to have a shift in our mindset. We believe that wellness is a complete and total package. Okay? Our mind is how we think. Our body is how we live. Our soul is how we connect. Okay? A habit of gratitude feeds our soul. A habit of movement strengthens our body. A habit of learning renews our mind. So that's why wholeness is so important. Let me say that again. A habit of gratitude feeds our soul. The habit of movement strengthens our body. The habit of learning renews our mind. And together, they create a lifestyle. Not a fad, not a phase, but a lifestyle. And that is what this is all about, creating a lifestyle. So here are some takeaways that I really want you to listen to, okay? You don't need to change everything at one time. You can only eat an elephant one bite at a time. You cannot eat the whole elephant at once. So don't look at changing everything at once, okay? Start with one habit. If you got to drink one extra bottle of water one day, if you got to take a 10-minute walk today, if you got to go to bed 30 minutes earlier tonight, breathe before you react so that you can respond versus reacting. Small steps. But hear this clearly. Hear this clearly. Small steps leads to big transformations. Let me say that again. Small steps lead to big transformation. I hope that you will take these takeaways and really pay attention to them in reference to creating and cultivating better habits by drinking more water, taking you a 10-minute walk, going to bed 30 minutes early, and breathe before you react so that you can respond versus reacting. Those are small steps, but they can lead to big transformation. Hey, that's what I have for you today. I hope this episode has added value to your life. I hope it has been a blessing. If it has, please share it with someone else who's on a wellness journey that it may be a benefit to as well. But before I get out of here, I got to give a shout out to my listeners around the world, here in the United States, Canada, Russia Federation, China, Mexico, Belgium, Ireland, South Africa, Brazil, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Bangladesh, Ukraine, Kuwait, India, Hong Kong, Dominican Republic, Philippines, Barbados, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Japan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Portugal, Netherlands, Singapore, Peru, Samoa, Finland, UAE, Lithuania, Chile, Denmark. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me here on Thriving After 50. Until the next time, keep shifting your mind, caring for your body, and nurturing your soul. I'm Master Coach G, and I will see you on the next level.